Picture pulling a massive harvest of fresh, high-protein fish from your backyard and realizing you never paid a single cent for their food. We'll engineer fish waste and floating duckweed into a biological machine that eliminates your feed costs entirely. But if you put this plant directly into your main tank, your entire setup will likely be dead by tomorrow morning. Long before factory farming, ancient scholars like Fan Li wrote about zero-waste systems around 475 BCE. In China's Pearl River Delta, the mulberry dike system linked carp waste to mulberry trees and silkworms, building a biological recycling center where one animal's trash was another's dinner. Today, we are scaling that ancient genius down. You don't need a massive lake to achieve this. On Powerline, you can build this entire two-stage ecosystem out of a single large plastic shipping tank, an IBC tote, by simply cutting it into two sections. Inside the deep bottom half, we introduce our livestock, the Nile tilapia. This is a tough, herbivorous fish with a robust immune system that seamlessly completes the waste-to-food cycle. By dropping them into our tank, we are starting our biological engine. But fish do what all animals do. They produce waste. And in a closed box of water, that waste quickly becomes a ticking time bomb. There is a completely invisible step happening in the water that makes this entire loop possible. And if it crashes, everything stops. Here is the problem. Fish waste releases ammonia, a chemical that is pure poison to fish if left to build up. If you just leave the tilapia in standing tap water, they will poison themselves before you ever get a harvest. We need a bridge between the animal and the plant. Enter the cleanup crew. Invisible colonies of beneficial bacteria, like Nitrosomonas, act as the system's invisible stomach to digest those poisons. They work 24/7 in the water, eating the toxic ammonia and transforming it into a slightly less toxic middle step called nitrates. It is half-digested waste, which remains highly dangerous. But then, a second type of bacteria, Nitrobacter, arrives to eat the nitrites and turn them into nitrates. Nitrates are exactly what we want. They are liquid gold fertilizer for plants. Now we have a tank packed with free fertilizer, and we just need a biological sponge to soak it up before it overwhelms the fish. This is where we introduce the engine of our infinite feed loop, duckweed. As the homesteading blog puts it, duckweed, often mistaken for pond scum, is scientifically categorized as one of the fastest-growing angiosperms, or flowering plants, on Earth. It acts as a biological machine that turns sunlight and waste directly into high-quality animal feed. Instead of dropping seeds, this plant clones itself by sprouting new tiny leaves from its own edges. It is exactly like a 3D printer making a copy of itself right off its own side. If you keep the water temperature in the optimal window between 68 and 77 degrees Fahrenheit, this plant hits a chain reaction where growth gets faster and faster. It can double its total physical weight every 24 to 48 hours. Why does this matter? Because if you scoop this plant out and dry it, up to 35 to 40% of its weight is crude protein. It has just as much muscle-building fuel as the commercial soybeans used in factory farms. You are literally growing premium, high-grade animal feed for free right on top of your water. But duckweed has a fatal flaw. It thrives in stagnant water and hates heavy currents. Choppy, high surface agitation from a pump will actually stop it from multiplying. And worse, if you let it grow unchecked, it becomes a weapon. If you let a 100% duckweed cover blanket the pond, it blocks sunlight and chokes off the air supply below. The pond can no longer absorb atmospheric oxygen from the sky. This triggers a nighttime hypoxic event, a total collapse where the water completely runs out of dissolved oxygen, and your fish hold their breath until everything inside suffocates. This is exactly why you do not grow the duckweed in the exact same water the fish are swimming in. The engineering secret to getting unlimited growth without killing your fish is a simple two-chamber design. Subscribe, please. Remember that massive shipping container we cut in half? The shallow top half becomes a separate biotrough. We gently pump the nutrient-rich water up into this biotrough filled with still, shallow water. The duckweed thrives up here, soaking up the nitrates and cloning itself in peace, completely separated from the splashing fish below. Then we just need a way to get that explosive growth back down to the fish. Let's jump ahead to the tilapia have grown and the shallow top tray is packed solid with a thick green mat. We simply scoop the duckweed out of the top tray and drop it directly into the deep tank below. The tilapia gorge on the protein. The plant they eat gives them the building blocks to grow bigger muscle, which means they produce more waste. The bacteria eat that waste, pumping more liquid gold fertilizer up to the shallow tray, growing more duckweed. The machine is running. The waste becomes the food, and the food becomes the waste. While this system is incredible, you can't rely on it for 100% of their diet forever without the fish missing out on certain amino acids and trace minerals over time. They still need a small supplemental feed, acting as a multivitamin pill for the fish, to maintain a healthy feed conversion ratio. That ratio is like gas mileage, but for how efficiently a fish turns food into meat. Even with a minor supplement, this loop completely destroys the massive feed bills that usually ruin backyard setups. If you want to push this system even harder, you don't just use duckweed. You add a tiny companion fern called Azolla, also known as mosquito fern. Azolla has symbiotic cyanobacteria living inside it, friendly organisms that pay rent by grabbing invisible raw nitrogen gas straight out of the wind. It acts like a biological solar panel, pulling free fertilizer out of thin air and injecting it right into your water to feed the other plants. Now that you have engineered an infinite protein supply, you need to protect your own supply lines. Click the video on screen to learn how to build a biological sand filter that purifies infinite drinking water for your home. This is true biological independence. You aren't just raising fish, you are managing a microscopic ecosystem. And here is the ultimate optimization. To feed the baby fish and fry, you can seed the water with a sister plant called watermeal, or wolffia, the smallest flowering plant on planet Earth. It forms microscopic green dots perfectly sized for juvenile fish to digest. Fish waste fuels a duckweed canopy that drops back in, feeding itself for free. We'll see you in the next build.